Dusty Radio contains mature subject matter and is intended only for adults. Thank you.
Welcome one and all again to Dusty Radio. Have you had 8 glasses of water today? A new study says you have not. Drink more water. Before we get started, in this week's McDonald's Wi-Fi segment, McDonald's has recently made a move to ban pornography from being accessed on their website. I mean, that didn't take very long at all. They've only had Wi-Fi since 2010. And this is just now something that is happening, something that is coming to pass. So I must inform you, and I know you will be brokenhearted, when you go to McDonald's for your sausage McGriddle biscuit, you will no longer be able to visit pornography websites. Thank you so very much, Mr. Obama. Thank you. They're taking our jobs and they're taking our pornography from our McDonald's Wi-Fi. What is this country coming to? All joking aside, that probably should have happened March 18th, 2010, the day that their Wi-Fi became available to the public. I can change the settings on my personal Wi-Fi in about 30 seconds. You're telling me that someone up top did not have access to this information or the foresight to see it even become a problem. They're making foolish. Pokemon Go news. Did any of you see the video of this large group of people coming together in Central Park to try to catch a rare Pokemon? It is staggering when you watch this video, considering that you can't get this many people to do anything. If we had this same kind of passion for changing our country, perhaps we could do something to ensure that our children have a brighter future than the one that we see with our own eyes. But instead, we are spending all of our energy trying to capture a Charizard. There is a video of a young man shoulder tackling the out of another young man for no apparent reason. This is a virtual reality video game. Yes, it is fun. Yes, it is colorful. Yes, it is beautiful. Yes, I love it. But there comes a point where you have to draw the line. And Westboro Baptist has done just that. They are welcoming you with open arms. Their church is a gym that you can battle your Pokemonsters at. And they encourage you. So if you are ever in the Westboro Baptist area, stop by. They're in Kansas. And now back to business. I would like to thank each and every one of you for all of your support and helping me make Dusty Radio what it is today. You are all incredible and I love you dearly. Without your support, I am just someone talking loudly into a USB microphone. Even with your support, I'm still just someone talking loudly into a USB microphone, but some of you find it mildly entertaining, and that means the world to me. Did NASA purposefully cut a live stream in an attempt to cover up a UFO barreling towards the planet Earth? There is a video circulating where you can catch a glimpse of a bright blue object, and the video stream suddenly stops. But I can put all of your worries to rest, because NASA has come out and said, no, that is not what happened. We did not purposefully cut the live stream in order to cover up the fact that there was a UFO headed directly towards Earth. NASA would not lie. Why would they have any reason to lie? It's not like if we all found out there were extraterrestrial beings on our planet that it would disrupt our capitalistic society in any way. We would all still get up and go to work for 8 to 12 hours tomorrow, even though we know that there are other life forms on the planet. Are they hostile? Are they not hostile? It doesn't matter. NASA said it wasn't happening. And I have a question. At what age is it appropriate to show a child a BBC documentary about nature? Because these things are vicious. I was trying to watch one the other day with the little one. These animals were just tearing each other apart. It was the most violent thing I've seen that was not Pulp Fiction. I don't know when it's appropriate to expose him to the world, but he's very interested in animals, and I would like to feed that curiosity. But I wouldn't want to feed that curiosity with a clip of an animal feeding on another animal. It's too hard for someone that young to understand. I've gone through several dozen documentaries on Netflix trying to find something that is not outrageously violent. It's natural. Animals kill each other. That's how they eat. They don't go to McDonald's. I just want life to remain beautiful for as long as it can. before the crushing reality sets in. Ignorance is bliss. Lo and behold, a visitor walks through the door. Daniel Ryan, how are you doing? Welcome. Have a seat. Have a seat. Please turn down your police scanner, though. Please. Daniel Ryan always carries a police scanner for some reason. He is a volunteer fireman sometimes. And welcome. Have a seat, man. How are you doing?
Doing all right, man. What's going on?
It's good to see you. You are just in time. You are just in time. I was about to get to the point here. As some of you may be aware, I have developed an issue with the television program Inside Edition. Inside Edition will show anything to keep a viewer. Some of the most graphic things I've ever seen in my entire life. Last night was no different. When I got home, the television was on, Inside Edition was on, 10 seconds in, I'm just mortified. Last night they showed a video clip of two adorable children climbing into a hammock, held to two trees, and when they get in, one tree collapses on top of these two children.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and they didn't talk about it beforehand. There was no warning.
There's no warning.
Here's this disturbing image. And they're using the worst of things to keep the worst of us hooked into their television programming. And that says a lot about me because I watched it, but I was writing while I was watching. I'm like, hey, Inside Edition did this work for me to do this work. But after I watched that video clip of these children having this tree fall on top of them by a hammock, I was afraid. But there's no reason to be afraid by a hammock, because the next segment there was a very cleverly placed product placement by a hammock for some sort of hammock stabilizer. It's where a tree will not fall on you. Needless to say, I purchased 3. You can sell me anything as long as you scare me first. You can't stage this. The WWE doesn't pull off stunts that look like this. Like, there's nothing. And it's on it's just on television. There it is, basically. Here it is.
I'm wondering if they pulled this off like viral video kind of stuff, and they were just like, because they're gonna push for a hammock stabilizer.
Yeah, and then let's sell you a product.
This is what the hammock stabilizing place. They created this product. This is the video that they probably use like all the time. Like, it's the same video that's been used since they were like first came out.
The wrong tree and it falls on you. And I'm not upset that they tried to sell you something afterward. The commerce runs the world. I'm upset that they actually showed that shocking of footage
before they explained
with no explanation, just cold, like, here, boom, there goes your day.
Tonight on Inside Edition, kid dies from a tree landed on top of him in a hammock.
What if the little one was in the room? Before you walked in the door, I was going over how I wanted him to watch the BBC documentaries on animals and nature, but inevitably you get to a part where things are really messed up, and you see some really messed up things.
Get that little baby baboon chilling next to like the river, and then that crocodile.
Boom,
dead.
Lunch. There's lunch. Lunch is served, ladies and gentlemen, on Dusty Radio. We will be back with Daniel Ryan after this.
Public service announcement. Pokemon Go.
Do not Pokemon Go and drive. Driving while playing Pokemon Go is dangerous. You will die. Pokemon Go on foot.
Have a good time. Do not Pokemon Go and drive.
Pokemon Go on foot.
Public service announcement.
Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go.
Public service announcement.
Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go.
Do not Pokemon Go and drive.
Pokemon riding's fun.
Welcome back. Pokemon riding is probably fun. That's probably the safest way you can go about it. We don't want a good thing to hurt you, so please do not allow yourself to fall into this trap. 10 minutes is all I'm contractually obligated to do. That's it. There is a Facebook personality by the name of Joshua Berenstain. He's one of the Berenstain Bears. He's a pastor with numerous followers. He recently posted a video that received close to 600,000 views so far about saying if he sees someone aim a gun at a police officer, he is going to shoot them himself. And he holds up a gun and he's like, anyway, it infuriated me so much that I wanted him to know that if I see him in the parking lot of a Denny's shouting at a phone, waving a gun, I'm going to call the nearest psychiatric hospital because that looks crazy. That is not how you solve this issue of violence. We were talking about this earlier, and you had said if he pulls a gun out around an officer, he's going to get shot too.
they're gonna be like, drop on the ground. They're like, yeah, dude, you can't just pull out a gun. Even if that person in front of the cop pulled a gun, and then standing next to the police officer, you pulled a gun and shot that guy, you're about to be charged with murder.
I wonder if the Westboro Baptists has tried to incorporate him into their ministry, or maybe he's just too batshit crazy for even the Westboro Baptist Church. But man, you look like a madman. You are in the parking lot of a Denny's, possibly a Ryan's Country Style buffet, waving a gun around,
and showing the clip and everything, and waving it around, talking about you're gonna like unload clips into people.
You're screaming at a phone. You are screaming at a phone in a parking lot. No one else knows that you are live streaming to your followers. Nobody else knows that. You look crazy, man. Please put the gun down. The world is such a scary place, and that is why it would be perfect to head to McFray Media on North Point Boulevard. They have used books, CDs, games. They have distractions. Stick your head in the hole, ostrich. I know I'm going to, because it's scary. This is some scary shit right now, and I'm terrified.
Step back a minute and like calm down, think rationally for a second, and know that you're okay.
McFray Media. Dusty Radio has gotten a little heavy, and I would like to apologize about that. Like I said before, it is very difficult to keep up with the day, keep up with the current news, keep up with the happenings, and it not be dark. Because darkness has unfortunately fallen upon us. Daniel Ryan, always a pleasure having you drop by. Quickly before we walk out the door, anything you'd like to promote? Anything that you need to get out to the world? Perhaps your cigar box guitars. That's still going strong, right?
Yeah. I got one that's mostly finished, and I got another one that I'm getting the stuff together to actually build it. So I've got two that are coming. Somebody else that you can check out, a local artist friend of mine, Brandon Cochran. He's been doing some really awesome stuff lately.
I've seen it with my own four eyes. Really, that guy's fucking talented.
He just sold a couple of their like 13 by 11. He's doing a series right now with ravens, and they're really neat looking, and he's selling them. You can check him out online. He's got Facebook, and also he's illustrated. Brandon, I think, is his Instagram, and also he's got a website, and he does any commissions. If you guys hit him up about a commission, he'll be able to knock something out for you.
It's really impressive to see somebody come to the table less prepared than me. So thank you.
Yeah. That's every day with me, guys.
He's a great artist. You really should check him out. Thank you all for stopping by for a quick visit here on Dusty Radio. Daniel Ryan, great to see you as always.
Always a pleasure.
Maybe we will see you again in the future here. Remember, love each other. Peace. Let's try peace. Violence hasn't worked. Let's try peace. Let's try love. Let's try forgiveness. I'll see you next week.
Dusty!